Appreciate you clicking on this video, my movie peeps. Let me tell you some movie news. Some of the things we'll be discussing here today, guys, is we got the trailer for the brand new animated Predator movie. We got discussions already happening for a Minecraft movie 2, and some cast listings for Spider-Man Brand New Day that could give us an idea of who's actually going to be the villain. We'll be diving into that along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Timestamps in the description. Let's go to the first story. And well, something that happened over the weekend is we got our first trailer for Tron Ares. Hang on now, let me go ahead and set the mood for this. Oh yeah, so much red lights. I think Tron fans have been waiting eagerly for the next installment in the Tron movie. And while yes, there are definitely voices out there not too happy Jared Leto is a part of it, I am still loving what I'm seeing here. So this time around, we are going to be following people and things from the Tron universe escaping out into the real world. And I gotta admit, whenever I first heard that, and yes, I'm leaving the lights on like this, you're gonna have to deal with it during the Tron talk. When we first heard that this movie wasn't gonna spend that much time in the Tron universe, but instead in the real world, I was a little disappointed. Because man, that world is just so beautiful, immersive, and built for awesome visuals. We get hints of it throughout the trailer, and all of it just looks breathtaking. But the moment I saw this sequence of the light bike turning on and then cutting a police car in half, okay, you sold me in, and now I can't wait to see all this Tron stuff take over our world. I'm even going to be interested on how they handle this AI being that Jared Leto is playing, because that's what he's supposed to be, is an AI created in the Tron universe that then comes to the real world for a very important and dangerous mission. They even recently released some comments that they compare his character to Pinocchio. And not because his nose grows whenever he lies, but because he has desires of being a real boy. And that's a story arc I wasn't expecting to be part of this movie. But either way, I'm completely sold on this movie. I hope it makes a lot of money and the Tron fans show up this time around so we don't have to have another canceled trilogy on our hands. And God forgive anybody who's in that theater with me when I watch the movie. Red lights! This is gonna be crazier than the Minecraft movie audiences! Let me know your thoughts on Tron Ares. But the next trailer that was released this morning was for the animated Predator movie we had been hearing about, titled Predator: Killer of Killers. This movie is being directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who not only brought us Prey, but is also bringing us the next live-action Predator movie, Predator Badlands, that is still coming out later this year. Now, I did talk about this animated Predator movie a couple of times with you guys, and the reason I was excited for it is because it would essentially be an anthology where it would follow a predator throughout time, battling different warriors in our history. And for this specific animated movie, we're going to see a predator go up against Vikings, World War II pilots, and samurais. Heck freaking yeah, love this idea and concept. And watching the trailer, it seems like they nailed down a pretty fun adventure. I'm down with the animation style that they've chosen, and I've been begging for this kind of stuff to be more frequent in animation. Just rated R projects where they lean into the violence and action of it all instead of just over-sexualizing things. Still sad it won't go to theaters, but I kind of understand it. Maybe it just wouldn't be that successful. But I remember this is the same studio that did think Prey wouldn't be that successful, and I bet you they regret not releasing that movie in theaters with how much people loved it. This will still be a nice little test run, and it opens the door for more sequels in this animated department, where the next movie they could follow modern day soldiers, pirates. Since the whole theme is Predator going after different killers in time, there could be a segment where they go after a serial killer, Jack the Ripper versus the Predator. I threw a suggestion out for like a John Wick like type of character going up against the Predator. That could be fun. Yeah, I am all down for this. It looks great. It'll be coming this summer, June 6th, to Hulu. And it's just so awesome how quickly a franchise can go from like maybe dying, being burnt out of steam, to them being revitalized, because it's going to be a great year for Predator fans. Are you excited for Predator: Killers of Killers? And if they make a sequel to this, what warrior or person in history would you want a Predator to fight up against? Moving on here, we got announced today that we are going to be getting a live action Hershey's chocolate movie. Now, people were really quick, and I bet even yourself were pretty quick to groan and look at the screen and go, really? They for sure turning anything into movies nowadays. But this is actually going to be a story on the people behind the Hershey's company. It got reported here today that Hershey's chocolate movie set with Mean Girls director Finn Wittrock and Alexander Daddario to star. The movie will begin filming later this year with a 2026 release date in mind, where a simple plot of kind of what they're going for says Wittrock will play Milton Hershey, who alongside his wife Kitty built a candy empire that powered a philanthropic legacy. In 1909, Milton and Kitty founded the Hershey Industrial School, which provided free education and housing to orphans and underprivileged children. And from there, the plot just continues to list off great things that Milton Hershey has done in his lifetime. So it looks like it's going to maybe be more about a movie, not just about how Hershey was created, but how two rich individuals use that money to then create real change in the world. That's something I actually never knew about Hershey's chocolate. I just thought, how'd they make them little Hershey kisses? I'd like to see a movie about that. But it's not. It's gonna be about the good those kisses brought to the world. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I always dreamed I'd be working in marketing or probably own my own business. So I always get a huge kick out of these business biopics and learning about what led them to their big creation. So this seems perfectly fine with me. At least it's not gonna be about a movie where they try to turn a Hershey bar into a real life character. And then there you go, that's your movie. You guys interested in watching a Hershey's biopic? Bringing us into our next movie topic, say it with me. Chicken jockey. There's popcorn everywhere. Oh, the Minecraft movie had a stellar, fantastic weekend, and you guys have seen all the stories and probably even my own video about the insane teenagers just acting amok in theaters and ruining a lot of employees' weekends. Well, all that mayhem did translate to dollars, where the movie is becoming a huge success, probably on its path to $1 billion, but even if not that, the movie is already profitable after one weekend. So it's no surprise that now we are already getting confirmations that it's looking like Minecraft Movie 2 is going to be happening. Now, I will say, slight spoilers for the post-credit scene of the Minecraft movie, although I think most people by now are aware and know what it is, but just in case, I thought I'd warn you, because here is what the director had to say about what's next. Director Jared Hess says, "The character we teased is Alex, the other massively critical character in Minecraft. It's Steve and Alex, and so that's the one we will be bringing to the table without a doubt." And along with that, they do mention that they're having discussions right now about a second Minecraft movie, and I'm sure it'll be a matter of time before it's officially greenlit and confirmed. So, I really wanted to pose the question about whether we think a sequel would be just as successful or this was kind of like a one-hit phenomenon. And really think about it with me, because I always said from the beginning, Minecraft as a movie was going to be huge. I am not surprised at all with the amount of money it was making. I am surprised by the insanity that goes on in those theaters with some of the crowds. But I feel like a part of that is a perfect explanation for why this made a lot of money. It was a viral event. It was a trend to go see this movie, act amok, live the memes in real life, and then move on with yourself. Because I firmly remember most people hated the trailer when it came out, yet those same people who hated the trailer went to go see the movie and walked out going, 10 out of 10, dude. And you guys saw my review. I thought the movie was entertaining and its humor is kind of what saved it for me. But I felt like it had a lot of work to do in its story, in its characters, and really more just kind of using the Minecraft world to its benefit. When the sequel rolls around, just like with every trend, every viral moment, it is hard to replicate. So when we get to Minecraft 2 in 2 years, however long it takes, do you think it will actually make that same amount of money, or will it actually have a much bigger dip? Because the viral moment has passed. We already did that joke once. It's not funny to just redo it again. A lot of those dang stinking teenage kids are probably going to grow up and realize, yeah, it was kind of dumb we did that. I don't think we're going to do that now that we're 3 years older. I still feel like it has a good chance to make that money, but I feel like they really have to lock down now a good story and interesting characters. Alex, whoever they cast and what they decide to do with her will be a big part of it. But I'm genuinely wondering, is this kind of just like a one-time viral trend thing, and maybe the second movie won't be as gigantic as this one is seeming to be? Love to know your guys' thoughts on it. I could just be sounding old. Next up, over the weekend, the director and the star of Happy Death Day finally confirmed they are going to be moving forward with Happy Death Day 3. It looks like star Jessica Roth and director Christopher Landon were having a screening of the movie, and during the Q&A portion, they said that yes, they are moving forward with the third movie. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wish I was more excited. I was always either way, whether they wanted wanted to or didn't want to make the third Happy Death Day. I did really enjoy that first movie, got a kick out of it, found some funny moments, and I thought they slightly found a way to balance in some of that horror slasher goodness I love, but the second movie kinda completely lost me. I didn't exactly love the more crazy, zanier direction, some of the time travel shenanigans. I feel like it completely lost all the horror in it. And I guess that's very like hypocritical and ironic for me to say, because the Megan 2.0 trailer is doing that exact same thing, and I'm seeming to be fine with that direction. But I guess with that first Happy Death Day, I was really enjoying the horror aspects of that, and now to see that go completely away, it makes me lose interest a little bit in the movie. So we'll see, maybe the third one, they bring back horror into it, and I will fully jump on board. But for all we know, they could go even crazier with it. Curious to hear from you guys. Are you excited for Happy Death Day 3, and what do you think they should do with the franchise? Next up, we got Robert Pattinson looking to be playing the villain in Dune 3. It just got reported here today that Dune 3 is trying to lock down a deal for Robert Pattinson to land the villain role for the third Dune movie titled Dune Messiah. Now, obviously, I think this is a fantastic choice. Robert Pattinson has easily become a world-class actor, and very excited for how they finish off the Dune trilogy. The villain in the third Messiah book is a character named Sitali. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And he's supposed to play like a really freaky, weird villain, and Robert Pattinson is kind of perfect for those kind of roles because he can really like mold himself into that. But along with this news, it has caused giant panic under the Batman fans. Reason being is because if he ends up getting the role and taking it on, Dune would then start filming later this year, kind of around the summertime, where it might overlap with him filming the Batman Part 2, leading more and more speculation to people wondering, is this movie actually happening? What the heck? There was even an article that came out from a pretty reliable source that is spot on stuff, that if Robert Pattinson does take this role, that the Batman Part 2 would no longer be filming this year, and that the filming would begin to early next year. And man, I don't believe Batman Part 2 is canceled. Like, I just don't see that happening. If they really were just never planning to make this movie and they're just delaying to then one day cushion us with the blow of, oh, movie's canceled, I would hate that, and I'd just rather you take off the band-aid right now. But either way, man, it is still so insane to think the second Batman movie releases in the year 2027. That seems like a lifetime away. Can I just finish his Batman trilogy? I want to dive back into that world with that man. So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening, guys. I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. And I mean, a lot of people have pointed out that there could be some miscommunication, because we have known that Batman Part 2 films at the end of this year and Dune Part 3 is in the summer. So hopefully there's not too much of an overlap and he can just jump into one project to the next. But I mean, the last we had heard with Batman Part 2 is that the script isn't even fully finished yet. So it's a tough time, us Batman fans. We say as we get like 30 projects announced of this character every year. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Robert Pattinson playing the villain in Dune Messiah and what that could mean for Batman Part 2. Bringing me now to some Spider-Man Brand New Day updates. It is so nice to be able to refer to Spider-Man 4 as something other than Spider-Man 4, saying the title. I know it's been about a week now since we've had this in our minds, but I'm still not over the fact that we got the logo and the title. This movie's feeling so much more real. And well, I think the next thing we're just waiting on is who is the official villain and kind of what is the plot of this movie. And we got here a little casting update via Daniel RPK, who's always on top of Marvel casting sheets and letting us know who Marvel is looking for. And with Spider-Man Brand New Day looking to start filming in this year, we got a report of Marvel searching for this kind of actor, where it says Marvel Studios is reportedly casting for a 30 to 50-year-old Asian actor for a big role in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, when I read that, my mind immediately went to Mr. Negative, a character that's recently become better well known because of the Spider-Man PlayStation games. But it's not just because of the PlayStation games, but more also what that character is associated with has been set up perfectly in the Spider-Man universe. In Spider-Man Far From Home, we see that Aunt May is working for Feast, a homeless shelter, and then we see that same homeless shelter still being a big part of Aunt May's everyday work. And so it feels like little crumbs and seeds that is just further building out the universe, and I wouldn't be surprised if they take inspiration from the PlayStation video game, where from time to time Peter volunteers there or works there, where that center is then run by Mr. Negative. It fits in line with the things that they've done. I mean, between Sony and their spin-off movies and already some of the characters they brought in through the multiverse, Tom Holland Spider-Man himself is starting to run out of well-known villains that he could use in his own movies. Mr. Negative could be a good one, of one we haven't really seen done in the past, and also gives the opportunity for Tom Holland to have this villain kind of be his own. They do say it's a large role, don't say it's a villainy role, so it could be almost like a Kirk Connors situation with the early Tobey Maguire movies, where they maybe have plans for him in the next Spider-Man movie or the third one, and they just want to have him be a looming character in the background and then turn him into Mr. Negative whenever the time is needed. And I'd be perfectly fine with that, especially if what I think they're doing, where they're going to slowly start introducing Miles Morales into this next trilogy, so that when this Spider-Man trilogy is over, they kind of hand it off to Miles. Maybe it could be the first villain Miles then goes up against. I don't know. Still definitely a lot of speculating. I know there was reports the other day that it could be Chameleon, but we've heard that Shocker's coming, Scorpion's coming, Vulture might be back. We really have no idea who the villains are for this movie, what's going to be happening. That still makes me excited. But yeah, dang right, I'm eating up every little bit of information we get about this film, because even just looking at that logo right here off to the side, it's a brand new day, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this casting update, and do you think Mr. Negative will be a big villain, or do you think he'll be like a looming side presence that they'll maybe use in a sequel down the line? Anyways, guys, that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, my name is Chris. Take care. Appreciate you clicking on this video, my movie peeps. Let me tell you some movie news.